A UK-based people smuggler who ran a £12 million illegal boat crossing operation has been jailed today for 25 years. 42-year-old Ahmed Abid helped move nearly 3,800 migrants from North Africa to Italy, some of them ending up in Britain while he lived in southwest London. He even told an associate to kill any migrants that were caught with phones to avoid law enforcement. Abid is believed to be the first UK-based organiser of Mediterranean boat crossings and admitted conspiracy to assist unlawful immigration. A judge called the profits he made truly staggering and said that Abid ruthlessly exploited the hard-earned savings of desperate individuals.
Indeed, a UK-based people smuggler who ran a £12 million illegal boat crossing operation. He's been jailed for 25 years.
Yes, 42-year-old Ahmed Abid is believed to be the first UK-based organiser of Mediterranean boat crossings and admitted conspiracy to assist unlawful immigration.
Well, let's speak to our Home and Security editor, Mark White, now with more on this story. Mark, a very significant sentence for this man.
For a very significant figure, a man who actually arrived in the UK on a small boat himself in 2022. Within months of arriving, he was masterminding a massive smuggling operation across the Mediterranean, using dilapidated old fishing boats to cross from North Africa to Italian islands like Lampedusa. I was there actually at the time when Lampedusa was suffering a very, very significant deluge of these boats arriving on its shores, and it was a real crisis for the Italian government at that point. Well, this man was out there pushing these boats across. He was responsible for pushing almost 4,000 migrants onto these boats and across the Mediterranean at around £3,000 per migrant per journey. So all told, for the journeys they know about, his organised crime group made some £12 million in profits. Now, he's an Egyptian national, as I say, an illegal who arrived by a small boat himself, claimed asylum. He'd never got a final decision on his protracted asylum claim, but he'd been jailed previously in Italy on drugs offences for 5 years in prison. Not the kind of individual who would be conducive to the public good, you would imagine, but still he was being decided on. And during that time when he was in this country, living in southwest London, he was free to organise this massive smuggling operation and make millions of pounds for his organised crime group. But now, as you say, he's behind bars, serving some 25 years in prison. We've had a statement from Tim Burton, who's a specialist prosecutor for the Crown Prosecution Service, who said Ahmed Abid played a leading role in a sophisticated operation.
Have you been getting a load of spam in your email recently? What about random calls? It's really annoying, isn't it? Data brokers are out there collecting your personal information. Anything from your email, your full name, your address, and even your political affiliation. Cyber criminals can even use AI to mimic the voices of friends and family to trick people into sending them money. And it gets even worse. People out there are getting huge loans taken out in their names without even knowing about it. But don't worry, because the sponsor of this video, Incogni, can help. They reach out to the data brokers on your behalf and request that your information is removed from their databases. Incogni continues to make sure that your data is removed automatically from the internet via repeated removal requests. So, how can you get started? Well, step 1, hit the link in the description, create an Incogni account and tell us whose data you'd like removed. Step 2, grant Incogni the right to work on your behalf. Step 3, sit back, relax and watch Incogni work. They will update consistently so you know when your data has been removed. Incogni is risk-free for 30 days, so you can try it for yourself and you'll get a free refund if the service isn't for you. So take back your personal data today with Incogni. Use the code GBNews using the link in the description below and you'll get 60% off an annual payment plan.
Played a leading role in a sophisticated operation which breached immigration laws and endangered lives for his own and others' financial gain. Vulnerable people were transported on long sea journeys in ill-equipped fishing vessels, completely unsuitable for carrying the large number of passengers who were on board. His repeated involvement in helping to facilitate these dangerous crossings showed a complete disregard for the safety of thousands of people whose lives were put at serious risk. And for those that might be asking the question, well, why should we care? These were people who were being smuggled across the Mediterranean, thousands of miles from here. The fact is, this is all part of the organised people smuggling trade that sees many of those people who come across the Mediterranean and other routes through the likes of the Western Balkans arrive on the shores of northern France with a view to coming across to the UK in record numbers.
Now, Mark, you've also been at a Westminster court today because a second man has been charged in this curious case of apparent arson against property owned by the Prime Minister.
Yeah, this case just gets all the more strange with every passing charge that we hear about. This is Stanislav Karpiuk, who is a Ukrainian, born in Ukraine, but raised for at least part of the time in Romania. He's a Romanian national in that sense, but has been living for a number of years in the UK, currently addressed in Romford in East London. He is charged alongside another Ukrainian, Roman Lavranovich, who appeared in court last Friday. They are both charged with a series of firebomb attacks on properties linked to Prime Minister Sir Keir Starmer. One of those firebomb attacks was on a property in Kentish Town, confined to the entrance to that property and quickly dealt with. That was on the 12th of May. 4 days before that, he had, or 4 days before that, another piece of property, a car this time, that was linked to Keir Starmer previously. He had sold that to a neighbour on that same street in Kentish Town, was set ablaze. And then a day before the Kentish Town house fire, another property that was owned by Sir Keir Starmer 2 decades ago was set fire as well, and someone had to be rescued from the property in that time, but were uninjured. So yeah, a strange case, no idea yet on the possible motivation, just that 2 Ukrainians have been charged. A third man, a 34-year-old who was arrested in Chelsea yesterday, is still being questioned by police.
Mark, thank you, and I'm sure you'll be bringing us up to date as more developments occur. Very strange case. Well, moving on now.
At GB News, we believe in the power of free speech. We're not afraid to ask the tough questions, challenge the status quo, and give you a voice. While others silence dissent, we champion the truth. By becoming a GB News member, you're not just supporting free speech, you're defending it. Please consider supporting us today. Together, we'll hold the powerful to account and make sure that your voice is always heard. Simply go to gbnews.com/support and stand with us for what matters most.